Devin, seriously, dude? You don't know how to edit videos in software anymore? All you had to do was lower the intro volume by just a little bit and it'd be okay. No blown ears. If you guys don't know what I'm talking about, go take a look at his review about WRC 10. If you're into rallying and you want to try something else other than Dirt Rally 2, this is the title to try. It's amazing, it's great, and you're going to have lots of fun in it. Anyways, guys, I'm Ameer from the Simpit, and welcome to this video. Recently, I had the chance to visit the ADAC Simracing Expo at the Nürburgring in Germany. Man, that event was amazing. It was a blast. I got to meet some old friends, make some really cool new ones, and visit all the vendors and see what products they had to offer. Now, one of those companies was Imsim. Imsim, they're a company out of Cambria, Portugal, and they're known for their motion rigs. It's a sleek, elegant design, and it's a beauty to behold. So if you're looking for motion rigs, definitely hit those guys up. While I was there, they also were showing off their new load cell pedals, and they're called Talento Pedals. Now, these things were amazing to try. They were kind enough to give me a demonstration video of how those pedals work, give me some seat time in the rig with those pedals on them, and then Tiago was very, very kind to give me a short little interview afterwards about what their company is about. So without further ado, let's look at their video about their demonstration of their pedals.
Welcome to our debut of the Imsim Talento Pedals. It's our second product. This is a prototype only. Our goal here at the Simracing Expo is to receive feedback from drivers to know what the perfect pedal would be like for them. In terms of plate sizes, plate shapes, for example, sometimes you're using the accelerator, your foot starts to slide out of the plate. This guard plate prevents that. Another case, you might be going full throttle, you want to quickly shift to the brake and your foot gets caught behind the brake. This plate prevents that as well. So, is it important for you that these two items would be included in the final product? What type of finishes would you prefer? Do you prefer carbon fiber parts? In the accelerator, you prefer a tall and slim one or a wide one? On the brake, a large one or a small one? Our aim as well is to have adjustments without tools. So you can see here, this is our clutch. Okay. This is the lightest setting. Without any tools, I can quickly change to a heavier setting. Can you do that again? No tools. Accelerator works exactly the same way. So just pull back and shift position. On the brake, we try to simplify things. So undo preload, and this is your set. You can quickly change for another set, no problem. Another thing is that with only 6 different items, you can have 10 different combinations. Going from 20 kilos to 160 kilos. Or 160 kilos throughout with different travels. For example, this one does 160 kilos full travel. This one does 160 kilos 30% travel. That allows us to do 160 kilos foot force because we have a 200 kilos load cell. Another thing is that without any changes to the pedals, you can install them in an inverted position. As you can see here, no changes whatsoever. Control software is made by us. Same software that controls the simulator controls the pedals. One software for all. You can see how precise the pedals are. And by moving the sliders, you can adjust that zone. That zone at the beginning, that zone at the end. Also, by moving the middle slider, you can adjust for linearity. With all these adjustments, you can save profiles. So you can save a profile for a linear pedal in a BMW in Assetto Corsa, for example, or a non-linear pedal in a Porsche in iRacing, for example.
So now we're at the demonstration part of the video. Tiago sat me in the motion rig and had me try the pedals to make sure they're my liking, from the brake stiffness to the throw of the gas pedal. I was really happy with the stiffness of the brakes, but I wasn't happy with the gas pedals. They were too stiff and didn't have long enough of a throw, so I told them what I wanted. They quickly adjusted the stiffness, making them softer, and then adjusted the throw. Like you can see in the video, they quickly unscrewed the throw bar, had me push the pedals forward until I was happy with the throw. I like a long throw so I can have more control over how much throttle is being applied. Tiago loaded me up at Imola, then off I went on the track. The car was a secret car that's only available to Lamborghini racing car drivers, and that's courtesy of the relationship with Lamborghini. You can't get any more Italian than this combo. The car felt at home on this track. It took me a few laps to get fully adjusted to the pedals. Coming from hydraulics, I was a bit skeptical, but with every lap, I was getting better and better. My lap times were constantly going down. I felt the pedals were doing all the work for me. I knew exactly the braking limit of the car and was fully comfortable by lap 5. After that, my lap times became very, very consistent. I could trail brake with full ease, knowing at all times my braking position and how much throttle I was applying to the car. The car just kept on begging me to drive it faster and faster. Like I said before, these pedals are called Talento Pedals. Talento is Portuguese for talent, and the reason Imsim calls them this is because they believe everyone has the talent to be fast, and all that is missing is equipment to get them there. I was becoming a believer in these pedals. I felt right at home with them. Even with them being an early prototype, they felt like they were a finished product ready to be released. They were solid and had no flex to them at all. My only complaint was how low the faceplates were. I got big feet and they were going over the faceplate. But Tiago quickly assured me that they can be adjusted and raised, and that they're going to have longer plates available at release for tall people like me. My biggest excitement for the Expo comes from what Imsim brings to the table. They arguably have the best motion rig available. It's compact and doesn't take up much space. It has an elegant design that you can put in the living room without making your significant other mad. My biggest gripe from the Expos has always been how high vendors turn up their motion. It feels like you're at an amusement park. But Imsim, they have the same outlook as I do. They set their rigs up to make you feel like you're driving a race car around a track, nothing more. Motion rigs should communicate with you what the car is doing at all times, not throw you around. If there's too much motion, that's going to harm your driving, just like too much force feedback on your wheel will do. Being in this rig, I felt every bump and divot on the asphalt. I felt when the car was riding the curb. I felt when the tires were spinning. Accelerating the car, the front of the rig moved up, pulling you into the back of the seat. When you brake, it pushed you forward. My favorite moment is always when you kick the rears out. The rig simulates that perfectly, and it always brings a smile to my face. But you don't do that in a race, but it's always so much fun doing that. Before I knew it, 30 minutes passed by when I saw Tiago out of the corner of my eye coming towards me. I knew my time was up in the rig. I always want to leave the rigs kicking and screaming from how much fun I'm having. But I knew I had to get up before Tiago called security on me. Before I got up, Tiago wanted to get my inputs on the pedals and how they felt when driving in the sim. They always care about the feedback of their testers, so they know what needs to be worked on and what can be improved. Once we were done chatting, it was the next lucky guy's turn. Tiago!
What's up?
How are you, man?
It's been 2 years.
It's been 2 years.
It's been the craziest year.
It's been nuts.
Do you know why?
Why?
Because we weren't at the trade show or any trade shows. You can say, but we managed to have a lot more time to develop stuff. So that's obviously a lot of negatives, but some positives too. We've just brought a new product to the sim racing industry that we expect revolutionizes the industry.
I saw them, I got to try them.
Yeah.
I was blown away by them.
Good.
Even like still in prototype stages, and I was blown away by how
You tested the very first alpha version.
I know,
Yeah.
and I was so excited. I'm happy. I'm actually testing stuff now. See that?
Yeah.
Man, dude, like I said, it's been 2 years. I didn't have the Sim Expo last year, and this year was kind of up in the air, but I'm glad they did it.
Yeah.
I haven't seen you in 2 years.
And we're mask free.
And
We're talking to each other mask free.
Kinda. We're both vaccinated guys, so we're
Yeah,
good.
yeah.
So
I can show the certificate.
I got my card. Yeah. But no, we're glad we're back. And you guys got a way bigger booth. You guys are here with a bigger presence. We're glad. Before we get too far into what you guys have here at Tiago, can you tell us a little bit about yourself and how you came aboard with Imsim?
Wow. Okay. From the dinosaurs, or no? I was working in London, and I was a marketing manager for a company in London. Portugal is a wonderful place, and it has a lot of sun. Not a lot of rain. You know what I'm going there.
Opposite. I've been in both.
Yeah. So I really wanted to go back to Portugal, but I've always been a sim racer since like 2008, 2009. Since race 07, you know, that WTCC game. Yeah, and R Factor 1. So I've always been a sim racer. I have done sales and marketing and online marketing and stuff, and then a job opened at Imsim, so that's how I joined. And now I have my dream job. Pretty good.
With these things.
Yeah.
So you joined so how did Imsim come about? Like, what's the philosophy behind the race
And
you guys designed?
yeah, so the philosophy behind Imsim, it's really in our slogan, closing the gap to perfection. So we spent a lot of resources making motion simulator, our outbound motion simulator. Thing is, we've been criticized quite a lot because not everybody can purchase an auto simulator. So it's a very niche, either businesses or very rich people can afford to have one of our simulators at home. So we really wanted to take the attention to detail and the extreme engineering that we have on our simulator to products that can be purchased by the average sim racer. So we still haven't closed the price, but that's why we developed the pedals, and also because we looked at the market and we understood that we could do a lot better and at the same price. So that's why we did it. Half the version is amazing, so you can imagine the final product. And that's why we decided to go with pedals. We think we can serve our community well, and we think that if there's one piece of gear that makes you go faster, it's the brake pedal. So that's why we developed the pedals, and we chose to move ahead with that.
Yeah, it's crazy because you guys I know the schedule still working out, so I don't want to put too much onto them just yet. I want to wait till we see the fight tomorrow. But do you guys see the pedals as a stepping stone now going more towards the affordable market?
Yeah,
average sim racing?
Yeah, 100%. Yeah. And it's not going to stop with pedals, but it's going to start with pedals in early January. So that's when we're expecting to have the pedals ready for purchase.
Can you give us a little teaser for what's coming after pedals?
No.
Okay. I tried, guys. Sorry.
But you can guess.
Maybe. I don't know. I don't want to speculate. I don't want to put him on the spot. He might get in trouble with his boss.
Yeah, that's fair.
Okay, so I mean, getting back to like what you guys originally started. You guys started with your rigs. What was the thought process of trying to make a rig like this versus doing the normal route of 80/20 tubes and throwing just the brand new overall boxes around?
So, I mean, very quick, the direct answer, that's how you get partners with Lamborghini. Okay, so that's the market we're going for. Also, we don't think there's a more comfortable simulator in the market. Everybody, still today, every single person who sits on our simulator and sees how the adjustments can be made in under 2 seconds, 4 seconds, and you can get it perfectly adjusted to your body, and you can try for 8 hours, 9 hours without any tiredness. That was our focus. So we wanted it to be beautiful, prestige, comfortable, and realistic. Because our motion, and I don't get tired of repeating this over and over again. A lot of rigs that have motion distract you from driving rather than helping you. And try and replicate things that are impossible to replicate with the motion system. What we do is we grab the same poetry, but we speak it in a different language. So even professional racing drivers in our system, they get used to the kickers, 4 of them, so each one of the tires. You can feel which tire is giving first, that kind of stuff. They feel the gear shifts, feel the engine, revving, all of that. And then our motion is very much focused on giving very short but very precise inputs that really tell you what the car is doing. And very often, those inputs come before the steering wheel and before the screen, so you can react and be faster. Because if you react, the earlier you react, the smaller the adjustment, and the faster you go. Because the bigger the correction, the more time you're losing. So we're also very much focused on performance. So I think we've achieved the impossible, which is high performance, very beautiful, very comfortable, and usable both at home, in the most luxurious house, and in a business. And that is really hard to achieve, and I think we have done it. But it took a long time, so now we want to be shooting very good products faster. That's what we're aiming for from now on.
This awesome, man. It's like, look at this sort of like, when you look at it, even when you stand, it's like, you feel like you're sitting in a race car. You don't feel like you're sitting in a rig. The minute you turn it on, you start, you turn on the engine of the car, you start feeling the vibrations of it. You start getting that little thing, you know, your fingers in the back of your neck, like, oh, this is awesome. And the thing that I like, I guess like you guys did it right, because my biggest complaint always been at Expos was when you go to all these motion rigs, and they're great motion rigs, I'm not taking away anything from them, but the biggest thing I hate about them is they dial everything up to 12, to make you feel everything, trying to throw you out of the seat, trying to give you that sensation like, oh my gosh, this thing's, you know, crazy strong, I love it. Whereas like, every time I come here, I just feel like I'm sitting in the car, I'm driving the track. The movements aren't so strong, but they're precise. I know exactly what the car is doing. Am I a good driver? No. When I was trying it yesterday, I spun out a couple of times with the car that I don't want to say anything about because it's a super secret car.
Yeah. I can disclose something.
Okay. Yeah. so going into that, like, so with your guys' partnership, I mean, getting into it, like, you guys, with how beautiful this ring is and how you guys have marketed system, how you guys have developed it, you guys now have a partnership with Lamborghini.
Yes.
So can you tell us more about that, how that works out between you guys?
Yeah, we make the official simulator, which is the Super Trofeo by Imsim, and it uses real parts from the car. So it uses the same steering wheel, even before other brands did it. It uses the same steering wheel as the real car, and this was back in late 2018, and the same seat. So there was very expensive parts, but the owners of Super Trofeos love it because it's the same as their car. They really feel like they're sitting in their car, and when you're doing VR with the same steering wheel, it's unreal. It's like really, it's like sitting in the Super Trofeo. The question was, sorry, I'm thinking about like 1,000 things.
Oh no, we're talking about like how does that partnership work out with you guys?
Our partnership with Lamborghini was also very cool to be present at the Frankfurt show, the Geneva Auto Show, which allowed us to vertical the basic show, which allowed us to get in touch with the VIP customers directly. So that was amazing. It allowed us to develop that steering wheel that is something else out of this world. Those are very positives, and obviously it does give confidence to our customers that if we meet Lamborghini customer support standards as well as quality standards, and there's plenty of Italian brands making simulators and it's also a Portuguese company, we must be very, very good. So that's what we do from that. And
going actually back to the pedals, that's one thing important to say. We just had so many different drivers here. You know, some drivers want an authentic brake as a brake pedal, and the throttle that is super heavy. We get it set up in 2 minutes, 3 minutes, like everything, maybe 2 minutes. And then somebody else comes in, we just had Tiago here, and within 2 minutes, he wanted it super soft. This is one of our biggest priorities, not only on the pedals, but we started it with a simulator. It's really important for people to use our products and really adjust them to what they want. So we don't want to force you to have a certain pressure, a certain throw, travel on the pedal. We want you to be as fast as you can be. That's why our name for the pedals is Talento. It means talent in Portuguese, which is being naturally gifted at something. And we think there's a lot of talent, a lot of racing talent that never leaves, or it's never shown to the world because people cannot have the performance that their talent deserves on the sim racing world. That, you know, eventually maybe it'll lead to a career in the real world, and we think that with our pedals we provide that opportunity to people who have that talent. So now there's no excuses. Buy our pedals and show your talent. So that's the whole story behind the name as well.
No, and I really appreciate how you guys came out with the pedals. And I'll show more shots as we go on. I'll probably overlay with this, but like the things like the speed of configuration.
Oh yeah.
Like you went when I was getting the presentation yesterday, and then even this yesterday. Like if you want the pedals soft, just a couple of clicks and you're good to go. You want it hard, it's good to go. Same thing with the brake pedals, same thing with the clutch. Was that something that was like the speed of configuration about how you want to go from one side of the pedal to the other side? Because I mean, I can adjust the strength, I can adjust the throw of the pedals, and all in just a matter of seconds. Was that something that was number one in your mind when you were designing these pedals? Was it something that came later on as later on thought process design phase?
The way we do things, it's very important to understand that our company is owned by a bigger company that makes special machines. So what we do is we have what we call ACDs, which are entries to design. So if we establish what parameters we want the pedals or whatever product, whatever machine has, we establish the objectives first and then we develop. In this case, it was very clear to us every single thing that we wanted and the things that we didn't want. So the only thing that I think people might think, oh, it's lacking, it's the damper absorption. We chose not to have it. Okay, so from the get-go, we think it's ridiculous to have it on the throttle because if you look at Ernest and the way he drove, he was constantly on and on the throttle. And if you look at any race car, it's always a circular spring or whatever type of spring, and a coil spring, and a potentiometer, or a cable that goes straight to the engine. It's never a pressure sensitive thing. Neither is the clutch. It's about the position. It's when the clutch engages. So that was very clear to us. We wanted to be real, but we also wanted to be a product that it's not thought just about realism, but especially and focused on performance. We want to make the pedals that will give you the best performance in the market. So those were the main things, okay? Then we started thinking, okay, what exists in the market, and what can we do better, and what can we do new, and what can we do the Imsim way. So we thought we want toolless adjustments. It didn't just come out of the blue. We wanted it. Our engineers scratched their heads a lot to get it to be possible, even, right? And the final product will look a lot better. We also thought adjustability is king, and we cannot have adjustments that slide. So no open infinite positions, but then you brake, it unties a little bit, and it slides. So reliability was key. If you're doing a 24-hour race, if you're doing a 72-hour race, you can use our pedals and never have a burst of the rubber, never have bolts tightening. Every bolt is has a lock nut. Every single rubber has a bump stop inside, not bump stop, safety stop inside, a hard stop. Our load cell is 200 kilograms. At the beginning, we thought it would at least need 90 kilograms, but that was an extra with the development. Our engineers managed to get to 160 kilograms. And all of those were set in stone even before we started. So much so that we said, if we cannot get these parameters, if we cannot get this, we will not release them, because we either release something that revolutionizes the market, or we're not in there at all. So that's the way we think, because otherwise we might as well do our simulator and sell it, because it is unique, and all these years have passed and nobody has managed to copy us. So that means something. It is expensive and hard to manufacture and to design. So we thought the same about the pedals. We either do something that is unique and that revolutionizes the market, or we don't do it at all.
And I think that's always been your guys' company's philosophy.
Yeah.
It's revolutionize the industry. Because before, man, like the Sims, like they were big, they were funky. No wife would have wanted to have that in the house.
Yeah.
Now you have.
My boss finally has a simulator, you know, because his wife didn't let him buy any simulator. She said, okay, yeah, but have it in the garage somewhere, you know. He wanted it in the living room, and that's how the whole design thing came about. So now he has one at home at the living room.
Yeah, that's great. Like I was living room, show it off, it's a showpiece. People walk in like, oh, what is this? It's not super. And same thing with the pedals. Like I love the design of the pedals so far already. And I like how you brought up like how you guys have the counter set up to where you're asking people, hey, what kind of face pedals do you guys like?
Yes.
What kind of design?
Yes.
Just the texture of the materials, which is great. I think that's something that's missing in a lot of companies is they don't ask the average sim racer what they like. They just come out with something they think they like.
Yeah.
Or what an esport, what they're like attached to likes.
Yeah.
This is what I appreciate a lot.
That is definitely something that was also from the get-go. I left it very clear that we can have an idea, we can have our tastes, and we have our needs from each sim racer. But I don't like the approach of, okay, here's the product, look at it. Yeah, I've looked. What now? If you remember 2019, we had questionnaires for everybody. So we have a global project. It's not like out of the blue with developers. So in 2019, we got a lot of replies, a lot of answers from people saying what they liked, what they required, what they wanted from products, and we were asking actually what product they wanted the most. Pedals was very high up in the list. And now we wanted to show what we've done, and before we close the design, we wanted people to tell us what pedal faces they like, and also what they value the most. Because if we want the product to be affordable, it cannot have everything. Otherwise, it stacks on the price, and then we'll end up with a product that, it's very well designed, but it's expensive. So we are here asking people what they value the most. It's not a super big questionnaire, but it's pretty complex, because we really want to hear what kind of pressures, what kind of stiffnesses, and we've already have, it's only been a day, and we've already collected so much information, and how different people want their pedals, especially the brake. And surprisingly, the throttle. Some people like the throttle really light. I like it light. If I'm doing 5 hours straight, I want it to be light. Some people want to have that pressure, so ours goes from 0 to 20 kilos. And on the brake, the same. Some people like the brake very soft, like a road car, and other people like a brake position. And that's why it's important. That's why we're talking to people who are asking questions on the questionnaire, and also trying the reason why we ask for the price, what price they want to pay for it. It's because only add so many features with such a price. Right. So we need to find that balance and either have a performance kit for extra stuff, or maybe we can have one kit that has everything. But that's down the line. But again, like you said, we were not just deciding it out of the blue, out of an office in Portugal. We come here, we talk to people, we're sending the pedals to professional drivers and to sim racers and to people who ride the race because we want the feedback from everybody. They have to be easy to use, they have to be easy to change, they have to be very professional, and the performance must be amazing. And our reviewers, one of our reviewers won the British GT4 online on essa competizione. He was saying, dude, I was always on the same 10th of a second every single lap. I don't know why. I can just brake later than everybody and then trail brake into the corner and control the brake into the car, encircle the car into the corner and just trail brake into it, control the roll, have that optimum tire slip, and then exiting on power super fast. And he couldn't really explain why, but he felt it in our pedals. So we recalled the pedals to check if there was any wear and tear. We had none. We had to check. And he was like 2 days after, so he's sending the pedals again. And he has really good pedals from another brand, really good, one of the best options in the market. And he's like, yeah, they're more expensive and all, but I want yours. Okay, and like those are the best I've had in terms of performance. Again, performance. One thing I forgot to say is that you can install them upright and inverted without the need of any change in the product. It's out of the box. You can do both.
Yeah, I mean, going back to the talk about it, you can get like customer, you can like feedback from a lot of people. I mean, like I remember 2018 is when I first got you, where we're walking around. You grab this over, like, hey, try a rig out. Like, now give me your feedback, don't you think? Like, because I think we sat for almost an hour. Just go over the settings of your rig. So at that point, you guys are still trying to figure out the rig settings. You guys need to get to that to see what settings were right, what need to be adjusted. And then taking our critiques, everything that lasts in 2019. You're asking what the customers want, and like, we like to see exclusive. But same thing here today, you're having people try out the pedals, get their take on it, as a feedback.
And in general, that's what happens with every customer. When we sell a simulator, we don't just sell the product. We also sell the service of going to the customer's house and fine-tuning it to the customer. Just very recently, I had an installation in Milan. And the customer said, if I just received the product without you, I would be 30% happy, or as happy as I am now. Because now it is exactly what I wanted, and that is we think that's important. So we don't just want to force people. Okay, this is our motion. This is our how the pedals should be. We want to build platforms that adapt to people's needs, and I think we're doing that on the pedals as well.
It's particularly appreciated, man. It's great. So I got one final question for you, because I know you got new things to do too. So you guys have the simulator, you guys have the pedals.
What happens after that?
So what are you guys looking at? Let's say like the next 5 years of this sim building, and it's going in this sim place in our
Okay, the sim racing market, it's growing. It's not going to stop growing. Esports is the future of entertainment, so we're very safe on that. And what we think is we want to be part of it, and we know that our solutions are engineered in a very particular way. So, because we have expertise in much more complex robotics and stuff, we bring that to the sim racing industry, and we want to be part of it. We want to be part of the best solutions that the market has. That's us.
Tiago, it was great talking to you. Great seeing you again. I can't wait to see you again. Take it next
You
year.
have to visit our factory, dude.
I do. I will. And hopefully sometime soon I can come and do that.
Yeah.
I'd love to go out there. I love Portugal.
and make some video on the factory, get to meet our people, quiet, not forcing my voice like I am now, you know, and you can walk around, you can go for lunch and stuff. So
Listen, I love Portugal. I'd love to go back again just to visit Portugal. Thanks so much. It's good to see you guys again. It's always great to see you. You're a great person. Thank you a lot.
And thank you all, and anyone who hears this and sees this. I hope you get to test it if you get to try it. Our new pedals, they're well worth it apparently. Everybody's saying so. And thank you. Visit our website, visit our humble YouTube as well, and get to know more about our products. Thank you.
I'm Ameer from the Simpit. This is Tiago from Imsim, and we'll catch you guys later.
Well, there you have it, guys. That was my video about Imsim at the Sim Racing Expo. I want to thank Tiago and Co. for the time they gave me out of their busy schedule to let me do all this stuff. If you like this video, like it and give me a comment down below. Until next time, I'll catch y'all later.